Hannah, Shantae, thank you for coming to see me today. I really do appreciate you coming through. How'd you find the place? Pretty good?
Yeah, it was easy.
Yeah.
You know, it was it's very guarded. The front door was hard, but I felt safe and everything there, so it was cool.
Okay, so just a couple of things before we get started. The intake paperwork that you signed at the front did spell out that everything is confidential, with 4 exceptions, which are harm to self or someone else, which basically that's suicide or homicide, harm to an elderly person or a child, abuse to a child. In the case of emergency, like if one of you falls out, I need to call somebody, your name and stuff like that. And also for anything court ordered, and there are some boundaries around what kind of information that we're able to give. Is that it? All right, good. So before we get started, I do kind of want to know the story of Hannah and Shantae. How did you ladies meet?
Do you want to tell it?
I can.
Okay. Sure.
I wasn't quite out yet, but I was interested. And so we were at a party and just a gathering of different friends and associates, and there she was kind of in a corner by herself, and so I was like, she's pretty, so I only intended friendship, but as time grew on, we grew closer, we were texting all the time and talking to each other, and then one night we just realized, we were in love, and it's just been really nice.
What's your side?
I guess it was similar. I don't know. I mean, we were in college. We were at a gathering, like she said. I really don't know. I was there to have fun and made a new friend. And from there, like she said, it was kind of all she wrote.
How long have you been together?
3 years.
Yeah.
Going on 4.
And this was a college party?
Yeah, but it was a bit more low key.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a kegger or anything like that, but
So like a house party.
Yeah.
A house party, you guys met and then you connected through texting, and just the friendship grew over time. And then you decided, hey, let's do this. Let's be in a relationship.
Exactly.
And how long have you been in a relationship?
3, almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Nice. So tell me a little bit about what brought you in to today.
Well, all of this was my idea because we are starting to discuss and think about getting married, and her parents are very difficult to deal with.
Well, I mean,
and
understandably so. This is new to them. You have to give them a chance to.
I mean, I guess it's new, but it's been 4 years. I don't really know, it's old at this point. So I guess I feel like, I want her to support me more when I tell her that they're saying hurtful things to me. And I just feel like that it's starting to create a rift, because when I bring her, like just now, she jumped to defend her parents and I didn't even say anything. So,
Well, I mean,
how do you feel about what she said?
both my parents they're good people, but they come from a different time, and so they're both pastors, very Christian and very old school. So coming out to them at first, and when we first met, when we were just friends, I wasn't out. And so even now, this being, they know her, they don't have anything against you. It's just they don't believe in what we have.
But the way it comes off is as if it's an attack on me. And not that they should be attacking her, but I feel like, she needs to support me and stand up for me. And at first, she did tell me, I come from a very strong Christian background. It's going to be difficult. So I thought, well, it's definitely going to be difficult. But the more we're together, I'm really starting to believe that it's just me that they don't like.
So what I hear you saying is your parents because they're from a strong Christian background, it's not that they don't like Shantae, but they don't like the lifestyle of relationship.
Right.
But what I'm hearing you saying is, even though that may be how they come off to her, you still feel like it is a personal attack, but you don't think that she can see it, and so
Right.
she's not supporting you in the
Exactly.
relationship, so you don't feel supported.
And I think I don't want it to get to the point where she's choosing sides or taking teams, and I'm not on her team.
How do you feel about her saying that, about not being on her team?
It hurts to hear you say that you wouldn't be on my team. Of course you're going to be on my team. I don't think it's going to come to the point where I'm going to have to be on your team or their team. I feel like this is all just being blown out of proportion. If we just give them a little bit more time to really come to terms with it.
But how much time do they need? We don't have any more time. We've been together for 4 years, and it's time for us to decide, like, are we gonna get married? Are we gonna move in together? Are we gonna have a family? We cannot make those decisions because you're allowing them to control our life because they need more time, more. And I'm at the point where we don't need any more time. When it's just us, it's just fine. But now I feel like we're being held back.
Well, it's not just us. It's not. They're going to be a part of our lives regardless, just like your parents are a part of our lives.
But my parents are completely understanding, and I think that that's what makes it hard for me. Not that it was super easy, but when I came out, I was younger, so maybe they had a little bit more time to adjust. But they were definitely super welcoming of Hannah, and they were just like, oh, we love her, she's perfect for you. They knew me, and it's just like, I don't feel that same welcoming sense. And I don't know, like I said, I feel it intensifying, and there's times where I say things, and I feel like you're on the defensive, or you're just always taking up for them, and you're not seeing my side.
I heard you say something. You said that when her parents are involved, then it hinders you guys making like wedding plans and progressing the relationship. Because at first you mentioned that you felt like it was a personal attack on you, but now it sounds like it has more impact on the relationship than just them not agreeing.
Yeah.
Well, what would you say about what she says? Do you believe it's hindering the?
I can agree that it is a bit of a hindrance to like moving forward in our relationship, but I don't think it's like that big a deal. We can get married anytime. It's just I would rather have my parents present.
I would love for them to be present
and supportive. I don't want to force anybody into anything that they are not ready for, because then that's just a lot more, what's the word, resentment. If we just force them into being a part of our lives, then what does happen when we have kids? I can't change who they are, so why can't we just be a little bit more patient with them and show them that this is real, and not really expect them to change overnight? Like you said, your parents had a lot longer than mine did. Mine have only been dealing with this for like 4 years.
But it even seems like you're not even willing to have that conversation with them, to say, look, we're thinking about doing this. We're thinking about getting married. We're thinking about buying a house. We're thinking about starting a family soon. Let's just have a conversation about it. It's like, you're like, no, let's just give them time. Like, one day they're supposed to wake up and be like, oh, I get it. Hannah's gonna marry a woman, not a man. And this is what she does. She's shutting down. That's what she's doing.
Hannah, what's going on for you right now? What are you feeling?
I'm fine. I'm thinking.
What are you thinking about?
Just the whole situation it's really just out of proportion right now. It's not that big.
I think it's really out of proportion because it's her family, it's close to home. But I want you to know that I'm not trying to kick your family out or, not have them around, but I do want to be there. So I don't want to feel like I'm not welcome, and that's exactly how I feel. When I walk into their home, it's like I'm not supposed to be here.
So let me ask you two a question. and this is gonna go back, it's more of a values question. What role do you feel parents play in a relationship? We can start with you.
In what role they play in our relationship?
In any relationship. Let's just take relationships for example. What role do you feel parents play in, you know, in marriage or relationship? What role? Like how important, like what do they do? What do you value about your parents being a part?
Well, I guess when you said role, the first thing I thought of was like a model, like a role model, a support system. You know, they kind of pave the way to show you how things should be done, as well as offer support to you. I don't know, that's what I think of when I think of my relationship and what values I want to take from them. You know, kind of like the teacher. You know, you learn from them.
How important is support for you?
It's super important. You know, if I didn't have the support of my family, I don't know where I would be. Coming out isn't easy. You know, everybody, especially as a woman, they take it as a joke. It's a phase. So having the support of my parents made it so much easier. And they made it to where I was able to be myself and kind of, you know, grow into who I wanted to be without being influenced by others or, you know, negativity.
So let me ask you this. That feeling that you got about being able to have support, and you said that that it was sometimes it would make it harder to be able to come out and be yourself without that support. And correct me if I'm wrong, don't let me put words in your mouth, but can you relate to that feeling, that of not feeling supported, and so that it makes it harder for you to move forward and completely be yourself in a relationship?
I feel like before there was a fear of that, and now that I've kind of come out and really just taken kind of control of my life, that fear isn't as strong as it had been. And so I know that even when I did finally tell my parents, it's not like they were like, okay, you're going to hell, and they didn't do any of that to me. And I thank God that I wasn't actually living at home, because maybe things wouldn't have been the same way. Because at least me being in college, they kind of just had to accept it, that I was going to live the way that I was going to live. But it wasn't, they kind of were like, okay, let's just let her do this. And so they're letting me do this in, I guess, the most supportive way that they can at the moment. And so I don't know if that answers your question, but.
So what would you guys like to see happen with therapy? What do you think your ultimate goal would be?
I feel like if Shantae just had came out of this with a little bit more understanding of where my parents are sitting and just the relationship that we have. Because like I said, I wasn't intending on being lesbian, you know. I had thoughts about, you know, but I was never going to act upon them until I fell in love. And so it's just like, this was super sudden for them. And I don't mean not to be supportive of you. I want to do everything within my power to make sure you are comfortable and happy and on our team. You know, my family is super important to me, and you are my family. So I really just want everybody to get along. And I hope that, you know, within this situation that we can learn how to really just deal with one another where we are.
And what would you like to see?
Now mine is totally different, because I feel like that was such a great thing you said. I don't know. I guess I still want to feel included in the family and not feel like I'm to blame for our relationship, because I don't think there's anything wrong with our relationship. I don't know, and I guess find a way to understand how Hannah feels and find a way, I don't know, to navigate this whole thing if we do end up waiting even longer.
So you want to feel included, and you want to be able to understand how she feels in the event that you may have to be patient.
Mm-hmm.
You just want your family to be on board so that everybody could connect and everybody can be happy with their relationship and supportive and that's fine. And we can definitely work those out. So how important is it for you that your parents are at the wedding? Let's say like what, how important, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it that you get your parents' blessing for you to go ahead and get married?
9.8. I mean, if they adamantly say, no, we're not for this, then I guess I'm going to have to respect that they're not going to do it. But if there's even a chance that they can be there, I've always had them in my heart to be there for my wedding, you know?
Do you see how strongly she does feel about? Can you see how strongly she does feel about her parents being at the wedding?
I definitely get it. It makes so much sense. I don't know how much longer I can deal with the negativity or any of the comments to the point where it's not going to tear us apart.
What comments exactly? You keep bringing up comments. What are they saying to you exactly?
Well, your mother did say that, she didn't tell you to your face, about how being a lesbian is a sin, but she did say it was a sin, that I changed you, and she cried and said that, I ruined her dream of you being able to go to heaven, and just a lot of negative things.
That's a lot of pressure on you.
Yes. As if I was the sole person to make this decision to, be one way or the other.
How you feel right now?
I had no idea. She said those things to me. I mean, you'd always say she said something kind of snide, she said something I didn't like, but you never said that she blatantly said.
Okay, so we've gained a lot of information. It's really good information. And what I would like to do is just continue the topic on the comments that we've heard, and we're going to talk some more about that and how it impacted your relationship. How those comments impacted your relationship, and we'll do that next week. Do you have any questions of me regarding what to expect from therapy in the sessions to come?
I mean, are we gonna, is it just gonna be kind of like this, or? So we're not gonna hold hands and sing Kumbaya or nothing kind of crazy?
No, nothing weird.
No hypnotism.
Nope. No chains, no swinging, no, it's just us talking, being able to, and we'll try some different things as far as, they have, like, little activities, but nothing weird, just to kind of get your point of view on things, and we'll work on those too. That sound good?
Yeah.
All right, same time next week?
Yep. Same time, same place.
All right. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Shantae, for coming in.
Thanks.